All right, what's up, everybody? This is Pac-Man Jake coming to you live with a video on an update of the Packers free agents that will and won't return in 2020. As most of you know, that I made a video on this before during the regular season of the Green Bay Packers 2019 season. This was more of a bye week during the bye week. But right now, I'm here to update you on the briefly on the situation. Is on the Hold on, you guys. I gotta do something right here. I gotta stop here to share the screen here. Something is okay. Here we go. I was not really all the way prepared here, so I apologize. Okay. Here we go. Now, back to the topic at hand. Now I'm going to give you the update on the changes. Obviously, I've changed my mind on a few things. There have been some latest developments over the last couple of months in determining how things were going to go for the free agents. So, without further ado, here we go.
Welcome back, everybody. This is Pac-Man Jake, back with another video after a long bye week without Green Bay Packer football and videos for myself. I also took a bye week, but I am back, and here are the free agents that will and won't return to the Green Bay Packers for the 2020 season. First, I'll start with Brian Bulaga. Brian has been our starting right tackle for a number of years, has been a key piece of this offense, and now he is one of the older players and obviously a veteran leader on this team, has been a mainstay at right tackle. He's one of the best right tackles in the game when healthy, and in my opinion, he has been the best offensive lineman for the Packers this season, only giving up 3 sacks so far on the season, and with his good, consistent play throughout the year, I believe that he will get another contract in Green Bay, and he signs a 1-year deal to stay in Green Bay.
Okay, here's where I have to change. Here's where I have a little bit of a change of mind right here. I think if the Packers were to sign Brian back, it won't be for a 1-year deal. I think it'll probably be more like for a multi-year deal. I'm thinking possibly 2 years. I think would probably make a lot more sense in the range for getting Brian back. Also, another thing to keep in mind is that David Bakhtiari, our left tackle's contract is coming up. So I think it would be the smart move to have one of the 2 offensive tackles whose contracts are coming up. Now, both of them are definitely going to be over 30 years old, so that's going to be a little bit of a problem for both for both Brian and for David. Is obviously age, and I definitely expect possibly a new offensive tackle to be coming in, perhaps a rookie offensive tackle, probably this year or next year, or possibly even both, depending on how things go between negotiations for contracts for both of our offensive tackles. So for Brian here, I have changed my mind on this, and things are not looking very good on both ends for Brian Bulaga returning in 2020. It would appear that he may be looking for about $12 million per year, and that might be a little bit of a steep price. And if I were to go just based off what I know now, I don't think that Brian will be returning to the Packers, and it's very possible that he will be signing a 2-year deal with another team. So I'm going to go with that for now, and I really hope I'm wrong.
For the 2020 season. Next up is Blake Martinez. Blake has been a really good starting inside linebacker for us. He is obviously the best tackler on this team. March through the free agency.
I'm sorry, guys. I would like to pause it here just in case if you guys can't hear me or hear this video, just let me know in the comments.
Period. I believe that he will test the market and he will get some offers from teams. However, I think in the end, some other team is going to snag him up. They are going to overpay probably, and they're going to sign him for a large multi-year deal. At age 35,
Okay, Mason Crosby is no longer a free agent, as you all know that Mason signed a 4-year extension, so that is all good. You can go and check out the video on Mason Crosby returning to the Packers on a 4-year extension. You can go check out that video anytime you want. It should be there on the list of videos. So ignore this. Mason is no longer a free agent. He is still with the Packers, and I'm very, very happy to announce that I was very happy to announce that he was back, and all I gotta say is welcome back, Mason.
Mason Crosby can still kick and is still obviously one of the better kickers in this game. To let Mason Crosby walk away would be an unwise move by the Green Bay Packers, as he has been a mainstay on special teams. So I do believe that they will sign him to a multi-year deal. Geronimo Allison was thought to be the man to step up and to be the number 2 wide receiver here in Green Bay. That included myself. However, he has been unable to do that. He has really been almost non-existent in this offense. And with limited upside, I believe that Geronimo Allison will not return to Green Bay and will sign a prove-it type deal with another team. Like Brian Bulaga, Tramon Williams has stepped up and played very well this season, and with his good play on the field and leadership abilities, I believe that Tramon Williams has definitely earned another contract, and he signs a 1-year deal to stay in Green Bay. B.J. Goodson was brought in this year via trade from the New York Giants to help a rather weak inside linebacking core. However, I feel that he is only a 1-year rental, and he will not sign with the Green Bay Packers. Ibraheim Campbell signed a 1-year deal in the offseason while recovering from an ACL injury sustained from the year previous, and looks like he could bring something to this defense. And I know that Mike Pettin is looking to go with 3 safeties in all the nickel packages, and I believe that's what Ibraheim Campbell can bring to the table, and that is why he will sign another 1-year deal with Green Bay.
I am actually going to disagree with that for now. I know that Ibraheim Campbell has definitely been a piece to the Packers and definitely came on late after coming back from an ACL injury, and was a really big part of the nickel package for the Packers in the. He was actually kind of used in the dime linebacker role, which was the role of Raven Green before he got hurt, and then he never came back. With Raven Green being on the team, I just don't see if there's going to be any room for an injury-prone safety that has only signed back-to-back 1-year deals with the Packers. So I tend to think that the Packers are going to move on from Campbell, and he will not return, but expect another safety to come on board. As for depth, because I know that Mike Pettin wants to use safeties a lot more than inside linebackers, as we are very, very weak at inside linebacker at this very point.
Martinez Lewis has been an absolute selfless player. He is not a pass-catching tight end at this point of his career at age 36. He has basically been doing the dirty work in the trenches as a blocker. With back-to-back 1-year deals signed with the Packers, I think this time he will not sign another contract with them, and it looks as if that he actually may be looking at retirement after not signing with the Packers or any team. Kyler has been
I'm actually going to disagree with this one also. I think that big dog Martinez Lewis has been a very, very big underrated piece to this Packer team. He has been a vocal leader. He's obviously just a warrior in the trenches, and has been a very underrated player in terms of blocking, and even a little bit as a receiving tight end. I know that the team wants to go younger, obviously with the Packers releasing Jimmy Graham. That has definitely been given a message that this team is definitely wanting to go younger. I know that Matt LaFleur has his eye on some younger tight ends possibly coming up through free agency with the whole hype of Austin Hooper possibly coming to Green Bay. That has definitely been it's a little iffy right now. I think the team may not be able to sign Hooper given the amount of free agents that we need to sign. If the team is adamant on getting Brian Bulaga back, I think they will prioritize getting our right tackle back over Austin Hooper. And I love Austin. I would definitely like to have Austin come over. I'm just not quite sure if that is going to be happen. But, I like how Brian Goodson has always said, we're not going to leave no stone unturned. And by all means, go ahead and pursue Austin if you want. Given that, you have rookie Jay Sternberger, who is going into his second year. He is probably going to be the one to step right up. But I think there should definitely be a veteran tight end to come in and play for the Packers. And I know that I think that it should be Martinez Lewis because of what he can do in terms of blocking and team leadership.
Very good.
I think that Martinez Lewis will return on a one-year deal.
Rotational edge rusher, and is coming off a 10.5 sack season from last year. And with all of that, I believe that Kyler Fackrell will probably test the market and will wind up signing with another team. Jason Spriggs. Yes, Jason Spriggs is still on the Packers. He's been on injured reserve this whole entire season. And I'm not going to play with you guys. This guy is not coming back, and he will not sign with another NFL team, and I think his career is done. Ryan Grant was signed as an insurance policy when some of our receivers went down with injuries, particularly Geronimo Allison and Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And because they have been healthy, Ryan Grant has not seen the field at all for the Packers, and I see no reason to even sign him back to the Packers, so he will not be in Green Bay. Lucas Patrick.
Okay, Lucas Patrick is obviously back with the Packers. He signed an extension, so he is not a free agent. So that's why I want to update these things because some of these guys here are listed are no longer free agents for the Green Bay Packers. They just were at the time when I made this video, which was, I believe, in November or October, whenever the Packers were on a bye. So Lucas Patrick is not a free agent, and the Packers did what I thought they would do. He was going to return on a multi-year deal.
Has not seen the field very much this season, as he has been just a backup guard and backup center, with the offensive line pretty much healthy all season. Lucas is still a very good, serviceable, versatile offensive lineman. And when he has played, he has filled in admirably. And with that, all of that said, Lucas will sign a multi-year deal to stay in Green Bay. And he has earned it, in my opinion. And now we get to the exclusive rights free agents.
Okay, I'd like to pause here for a second. Adam Pankey, who was a free agent at the time and was with the Packers, he is no longer with the Packers. He was released sometime during late in the season and then wound up signing with the Miami Dolphins. So just ignore Adam Pankey. He is not a Green Bay Packer and will probably not return to the Packers unless the Dolphins decide to release him. And if the Packers want to bring him back on a second stint, then by all means, go for it. We need depth at guard and offensive tackle.
I think I'll just point out that each of these exclusive rights free agents, they will each sign a one-year tender, and why not? They're pretty dirt cheap contracts, and each of these players have something to contribute to the Packers in one way or another. So,
all right, I want to backtrack here for a second. These players here, right here, that are pictured, Jake Kumaro. Let's see, there's Lancaster, Tanyan. I believe all those guys will come back here. Listed here: Kumaro, Sullivan, Tanyan, Alan Lazard, Tyler Lancaster. Those guys will return on one-year tenders. with the exception of Tony Brown and Tremont Smith, who were released from the Packers. They will not be returning because they are no longer Green Bay Packers. In fact, Tony Brown did wind up signing an extension with the Cincinnati Bengals, which that is the team that he signed with not too long after the Packers cut him. And then you have safety Will Redmond. I think he will return on a one-year tender as he can provide some depth at safety and has been a good special teams player for us. So I am positive that Will be back. Tyler Lancaster has been the starting right defensive end for us. He's been very valuable. There is absolutely no way the Packers should part ways with him. Back up to Alan Lazard. Absolutely no way you should ever let Alan Lazard go. He's been a very, very good player for us and definitely provides some depth at receiver and has stepped up in when other wide receivers didn't. So, and then you have Robert Tonyan. I would love to have Robert Tonyan come back. As I've stated before, that the Packers are going to go younger, and I definitely believe in Big Bob's potential as a good depth tight end. And then even more and more with Chandon Sullivan. What can I say, you guys? I believe that Chandon is going to be a future starting nickel corner for us, and I cannot believe that he was an undrafted free agent and came from the Philadelphia Eagles on a deal like that, and he stepped up in a big way. He has also has versatility too. He can even go and play some safety. He's even seen some time at dime linebacker. What can I say? The sky's the limit for Chandon, and I'm very excited to see what he can do for the Packers.
In one way or another. So that's going to do it for this video. Let me know what you think in the comments. Who is going to stay and who's going to go. I'll catch you Packer fanatics later for another video.
Okay, so that ends that, and so I can see that I have no questions at all. So I think I will just end this stream here just to give you an update on what I think the Packers are going to go, which players are going to return, which players are not. So with that, I'll catch you guys later, and go Pack, go.